Today we're talking about college savings plans. What are the options and which one should you choose so that you can send your kid to college without student loans? Here's how it works. I'm going to be ranking all of the options on this list here. D's at the bottom, trash, avoid at all costs, and S here at the top is the best you can get. The first option on the list is just a standard savings account, and this is as bad as it gets. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a D right away, and I'll tell you why. The interest rates on these accounts are terrible. I'm talking like less than 1%. So if you stick all your money for your kid's college in this savings account and let it sit for 18 years, it's gonna be worth less than when you started because of inflation. Now we've seen inflation for the past couple years at a couple percent a year, and if that continues over the next 18 years, your money is gonna be worth less and less every single year. Not to mention there's no tax benefits, no tax advantages for using this account. So you might as well stick your money underneath a mattress, bury it in the backyard, or stick it in the freezer because this is as bad as it gets. Stick around for the whole list because I'm gonna go through worst to best and they're gonna get better and better. And the last one is what I recommend for anyone who wants to save for their kids' college. Now keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel. So make the best decision for you, but hopefully you find this video helpful to help you make that decision. Now the next one on the list is one of my favorite types of accounts, but it's not meant to save for college. It's a high yield savings account. Now you're gonna get a much better interest rate with these accounts, more like 4 to 5% annually. However, there's still no tax advantages, and the growth that you're gonna get in these accounts is nothing compared to the growth that you're gonna see in the accounts I'm gonna talk about later. If you wanna save for an emergency fund or a car or something that's a little more short term, these are the perfect account for you. It's easily accessible, it's free, and it's gonna grow at a nice rate. However, this video is about college savings, so for that reason, I'm giving it a C. And if you're watching this video, you probably had a kid recently just like me. I had my son about 3 months ago, and this has been a big topic on my mind. How am I gonna help my son go to college for free? And the point of this video is that you can do the same thing, but you need to start early. Best case scenario, you start saving in the first year of your kid's life, because you don't wanna saddle your kids with student loans. There are better options. The earlier you start saving, the better. And if you have student loans now, I have to believe that you don't want that for your kid. Start saving now, help your kid go to college debt-free. Now back to the list. Next on the list is a much better type of account. It's called a UTMA or a UGMA. Now these are a big upgrade from the high yield savings accounts because you can actually invest this money into the stock market. So you could put it into a mutual fund or an ETF and watch it grow over the life of the account, maybe 18 years. They're also super flexible. You don't have to use the money in these accounts for college necessarily. You can use it for anything you want at all. However, that's also one of the cons. So this account actually transfers ownership to the child when they turn 18. So think about yourself when you were 18. Your parents just handed you $50,000 and says, hey, you better use this for college, but they don't necessarily have to. Maybe they want to buy a new car, maybe they want to put a down payment on a house, or maybe they just want to go party. That's one of the cons of this account because the money can be used for anything, and the parents don't have a lot of say. One of the other cons of this account is there's no tax advantages. So as this account grows in a mutual fund or an ETF, you're going to get taxed on the earnings. Not only that, but it might affect the eligibility for the student to apply for financial aid. This money counts against eligibility for financial aid, where some of these other accounts don't count as much towards that. So while this account offers some flexibility and it allows you to invest so that it grows, I'm still gonna put this on the B tier because this is a college savings video. It's not the best option for a college savings plan. All right, now it's starting to get good. We're moving up higher on the list. The next option is an ESA. Again, these accounts allow you to invest your money in the market, so it's gonna grow exponentially over the 18 years that you potentially would have it. And one benefit that this account has that the other ones do not is it's tax advantaged, which means as the account grows in the investment accounts, you're not going to get taxed on that growth. So while you might have only contributed $36,000 in 18 years, it could grow exponentially to way more than that, and you won't be taxed on any of the growth. That's a huge benefit. And one benefit of this account is that you can use it on K-12, school tutoring, before they actually turn 18. However, this video is about college. We don't want to use this money for K-12 or those other expenses. All right, now here's some of the cons of this account. You can only contribute $2,000 a year. So some of you high income earners might want to give a lot more than that, and the kids' grandparents might want to contribute a lot more than $2,000 a year. And there's also income limits. So if you make $110,000 if you're single or $220,000 if you're married, then you don't qualify for this account anyway. Lastly, these funds must be used by the time you're 30. So if you turn 35 and decide you want to go get a different degree, you can't even use this money anyway. So while this is a great option, I'm going to put it at the A tier. It's not as good as it can get. There's still one more option that you're going to want to see. The final one on the list, the one you've been waiting for, the 529. This is as good as it gets. S tier level college savings plan. This is the best option for most people, I think. Here's why. Again, we have tax-free growth. The money that grows in that account Government can't touch it. That's the best. And it's got high contribution levels, virtually no limit, so those rich grandparents, they can put as much money in there as they want. And another benefit of this one that you might see is if the first kid doesn't go to college, maybe he's a bum or a dropout, whatever, your next kid can use it. They can be transferred from kid to kid. A huge benefit. And lastly, I think this is the best pro there is. If the kid decides not to use it, they can transfer it to a Roth IRA up to $35,000. So if you're concerned that you might be over contributing to the account, at the end of the day, you can just turn it into a retirement account, a Roth IRA, another tax advantaged account. Now, one of the downsides that I see to this account is if you end up not using it for college and you just want to spend it on a new car or something like that, the government's going to give you a 10% penalty to withdraw money from the account. However, all that being said, I think this is bar none the best college savings plan that you can find among all the other options that I've already listed. All right, here's the full list of accounts that I think are the best options for college savings plans. Let me know what you think. Let me know which one you're gonna do. And if I made a mistake, let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And I'll see you in the next one.